Hey coding owls, welcome back to my channel. This video we are going to talk about how to parse a JSON object. Now let us consider this JSON is going to be my actual source of the JSON string. So you can see I have this parameters and I have an object by name address which contains street, landmark, lane and building. Then I have four key values, that is order ID, custom name, delivery date and order date, and then I have a cart which is basically a JSON array of another JSON objects that holds product ID, price and quantity, and I have got two quantity and prices in this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to load this up, but before that, how about we quickly see some documentation. So when we see about the documentation, you can see that the JSON object, basically the class we have already studied, comes up with lot of getter methods. Now one is you pass the key and you will get the object directly back and you can then cast it in any object you want, but the methods I am basically concerned about is like get double, get boolean, get big integer, get int. So there is a lot of getter methods. Next is get a JSON array. So I already have a JSON object and I want to fetch the JSON array from it. I'll just do a get JSON array call and I will get it. Same way, I also have something called as get JSON object. So if there is an object, so you can see that I can use JSON array to fetch the cart, whereas I can use JSON object to fetch the address, and others can be basically used using get JSON int and get JSON string. So how about let's jump into the code now. We'll try to take this whole JSON string with us and we'll create an object out of it now. So we'll create a new file, let's say parse JSON.java. Yeah, we'll say parse JSON.java and we'll quickly say public static void main string array args. And what I have done is I have copied this particular string. So I have pasted the string directly in my block. So same string which was I've shown you is now here. So I'm going to do what? JSON object obj is equal to new JSON object of JSON string. And just to clear it up, I'll do what? I'll just print it on the screen. So you'll get the same object is being imported. So import org.json.star. And how about now? I do what? System. Okay. Yeah. So system.out.println obj.toString of 5. And let us start the terminal, new terminal, and java c parse JSON.java, java space parse the JSON. So basically my JSON is the same one which I was showing you earlier. Now let's try to parse the data out of this. Yeah, so this was basically my import. So let me say system.out.println parsing now. Put up 2/ in here. I'm going to put up 2/ in here as well for some indentation now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to take out the actual variables. So for that I'm going to say string int id is equal to obj dot get int of id. Yeah, if you can see the JSON, so there's order id, so I'll have to pass it exactly in the case sensitive way. So I'll pass the order id. Then let's say string name is equal to obj dot get string customer name, and then string delivery date is equal to obj dot get string of delivery date. Okay, so all fine till now I guess. And string order date is equal to obj dot get string of order date. And now what I'm going to do is system.out.println name colon plus name plus /n plus next you have is, how about we put up an order ID here, order ID colon plus ID plus /n order space date colon plus order date plus /n delivery date colon plus delivery date. So this is simple as that. Save it. I'm just going for the variable, basic variables now. So if I say java c parse json.java, okay, order date, yeah, compiled, and if I say java space parse json, you can see name is Sean, order ID is 1, order date is 1st January, delivery date is 5th of January. Now let us try to do what? Let us try to fetch the value out from the object. So /n, so parsing JSON object now, that is nothing but your address. So what we'll do now, JSON object address is equal to obj dot get JSON object of address, and if I can do now, I'll do the same thing. String building is equal to address dot get string of building. Same thing will go for lane is equal to address dot get string of lane. String street, right? So what we have next here is street and landmark. So street is equal to address dot get string of street, and string landmark is equal to address dot get string of landmark. And now I'm going to do what? I'm going to print this out. So I'm going to say system dot out dot print, right? So println address colon plus, so let's say street plus comma space plus lane plus comma space plus building plus comma space plus landmark. Yes, I'm trying to format the address here in a way. So let us see what happens now. Java C parse JSON errors. So I am now okay. So can you see address street 1 lane 5 building XYZ next to bus stop. So I was able to parse, get the JSON object out of the already existing object. And now next I will try is to do what? Get the and parse, basically parse the JSON array. This is very simple because this JSON array contains what? Another array inside it, sorry, objects of array inside it. So I'll do what? JSON array is equal to obj dot get JSON array, and the name of that array is nothing but cart. And I have got the length like I normally do a for loop for an array here. I'll do what? Int I is equal to 0, I is less than array dot length I plus plus, and then I do what? JSON object cart item, let's say, is equal to array dot get JSON object of I. Now as I have got access to the object, what I can do is I can fetch out the product ID, quantity, and the total price. So you can see here, yeah, quantity, price, and value. So I'll do what? Int product ID is equal to cart item dot get int of product ID. Int quantity is equal to cart item dot get int of quantity, and price is equal to cart item dot get int of price. So I've got all the three values, and now quickly print out this details for you guys. So let's say system.out.println product ID colon plus product ID plus dash dash, let's say quantity colon plus quantity plus dash dash price colon plus price. So this way it will print the JSON object now. So let me do what? CLS Java C parse JSON.java Java parse JSON. So now you can see my quantity and my price and my JSON array. So all the values, all the possible values you can get inside a JSON object, I have parsed it and shown it to you. So you can find the link to the source code in the description box. Do subscribe to my channel for more technological content. Thank you for watching this video.